Wake that ass up.
Get up and get turned up with DeDe In The Morning.
We get wild up
Well, good morning, everybody. It's DeDe In The Morning, along with Lady J, comedian Michael Sean. So, we've interviewed this man once before on the show, and he's actually one of the best interviews we have because he's so good.
Yeah,
a lot of fun. Very open, very honest. We love that. You guys got to give it up for this man right here, Mr. Robin Thicke.
Yeah, in the building.
DeDe In The Morning.
All right, Robin Thicke.
Look, just know, Robin, even if you're not open, because we said that, now you have to be.
So it's mind games.
Yep.
Jedi stuff
It's
going
going
on.
to be one of those boring interviews and be like, I can't talk about that. I can't talk about that.
No.
We're going straight to the gossip.
Yes.
Come on, man. Get to it. Get to
All right,
it.
let's get straight to the gossip. First of all, we're going to talk about you have a new song out, right?
Yes.
Yep. That's what love can do.
Yeah.
All right. Before we start talking about that song, let's talk about that other song that got you into a lot of trouble for. We've been hearing a lot about.
Yes.
Are you done with that? Because there was a situation with, what was the song, you guys?
Blurred Lines?
Blurred Lines, yeah.
Oh, we got to play it in the background.
Oh,
It was a great video.
Hey.
I'll tell you that.
Hold on a second. Yeah.
Are you
All right.
scared to sing it?
I know. I was going to say, can you sing it now?
No. I sing it every show. I mean,
good.
it brings so much joy. As soon as it goes bump, 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 everybody get up. The crowd gets up at their seats.
Absolutely.
I don't want to take that joy away from the human race.
Good. So there was a situation where they said it sounded too much like a Marvin Gaye song.
Yeah.
And you had to pay money, and once you do that, that means you still can perform and we can play it and everything?
Well, it depends on the judgment. The judgment didn't stop us from playing it or singing it or anything.
They just wanted
that.
some money.
They just wanted, the gay family. That was for them,
Yeah. Okay.
What you gonna
So
do?
what were your thoughts on it? Like, do you feel as if it sounded close?
The whole case isn't completely finished, or at least the payment situations and all those things, so I shouldn't speak too much on about it. But really, look at my career and look at Pharrell's career.
Yeah.
You do the math.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Robin just said, we're good.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like really?
Yeah, exactly.
Really? Okay.
So as we talk about you and music and everything else, you worked with a lot of people. Like you just said, Pharrell.
Yeah.
And I think he's like really great. Like, have you ever worked with somebody who realized this person is a musical genius? Like,
Pharrell.
Pharrell
He's
is
the
one of
one.
those?
That's what everybody
Really?
says.
He's the one.
That's what I heard too. So
Nobody
Everybody
else.
says
what is
that.
it? What is it about you?
Well, not
can get
nobody else is, but nobody is as well-rounded in talent, from the rhythms to the lyrics to the songwriting to the production to the visuals, the videos, the outfits. He is the top of the food chain as far as I'm concerned.
Wow. And he looks really young. It looks like he gave you some of that serum because you look really young.
Oh, thank you.
What is going on?
He's actually just a very, like, to me, when I've been around Stevie Wonder and I feel like he's a saint on this earth. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's a gift to this planet. And I believe Pharrell is the same.
Yeah, with that musical talent. Yeah.
When you record a song like that, do you know off the door that this is going to be a hit? Like, when you guys sitting there going like, oh, we did it.
You think every song's going to be a hit when you first make it. Everybody think, they walk out of the studio like, that's it, we're going to run the summer. And then next thing, you didn't even get through spring, Wow. So, but no, I think that the joy of creating is that first influx of excitement and belief is what gets you through making the song.
Right.
And then a few months later, some last, some don't. But that song, I had that song for about 9 to 10 months, and my manager and my lady and Paula and a few other people were just like, man, I think that's the best new song you got. So we tried to get some money to shoot the video. The label balked. They didn't want to pay for it. We went to Remy Martin because I had to deal with them.
Wow.
Remy Martin paid for the video.
Oh, snap.
Oh, wow.
Next thing you know, Jimmy Iovine sees the video that he didn't want to pay for a few mornings later and calls me at 7:45 in the morning and goes, this is the biggest record you've ever made. It's going to be #1 in the whole world, I promise you.
Wow.
And you want to say, but you didn't want to pay for
Yeah.
money.
And you didn't want to pay for it. But to Jimmy Iovine's respect, he had paid for 6 albums previous and not made a lot of money yet. So,
Okay. I get it.
Jimmy was like, I don't know. Do we want to roll the dice on this maybe song that we're not sure about? And it turns out that was day one.
So everybody, we are talking to Robin Thicke. He's here in the studio because he's got a brand new song called That's What Love Can Do.
Yes.
Do you get a lot of people who submit songs to you? Do you write them yourself? And do they just sit like that?
I don't sing other people's songs.
At all?
No.
Oh, wow.
No. But I would I collaborate, like when I was in the room with Pharrell. we wrote Blurred Lines together, which means I threw out about 7, 8 ideas, and then he wrote the rest.
But you get the credit.
But I got some love on it.
Yeah.
You did a Beyonce.
Robin, where do you get all this flavor from? Because like you have a flavor that like.
Well, first of all, I got it. My pops was Mr. Smooth, Mr. Cool.
Okay.
Got along with everybody, loved everybody, and everybody loved him. So that I learned from his example.
Okay.
My mother was very soulful and light. She listened to Luther Vandross, Whitney Houston, Aretha Franklin.
Wait, your mom sang songs
and my
on
mom was a singer. My mom was
on those certain sitcoms. They said, right?
Well, she sang Facts of Life.
That's right. The Facts of Life.
Pause. Your mom sang.
Yes.
That's my mom, and that's a soulful white woman right there. That's a soulful white woman.
Yeah.
So my mom is a soulful white woman. My dad's a soulful white man, and so let the tree fall, let the apple fall where it do.
And welcome to Swag.
Yes. There it is. All right, y'all.
I'll be your friend.
Oh, damn.
That's my mom. That was her #1 song.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Friends and Lovers.
So
yeah.
everybody.
Freaking mom and dad star.
I know it. Okay, so wait, everybody. We're talking to Robin Thicke.
Oh my God.
And we're talking about. I love you could just break into song like that.
Well, it's early.
Yeah, but it's good. So
That's
did you
awesome.
start singing like at a young age because your parents were singers?
Well, I saw my mom on stage. My dad was always had like late night writing sessions. Probably puffing with his homies. You know what I mean? Just writing songs. And so there was music in the house from my dad as a songwriter, and my mom was a professional singer.
Right.
And even from when I was 1, 2 years old, she would take me to shows, leave me in the dressing room with somebody, go perform, come back, get. It was single mom working her butt off type stuff. But I remember when I was 6 or 7 years old, it was probably my mom on stage that really made me want it, because it was like Michael Jackson was, the Thriller album was out, and my mom was on stage singing, and I saw those two influences, and I was like, that's what I wanted to do.
What was the first song you sang you can remember singing as a kid in front of anybody or your mom, and everybody goes, oh my God, he can really sing? Like,
it would have been Michael Jackson songs on the school bus. Yeah. I would sing on the school bus.
Oh, and they
for
would be like,
everybody.
oh my God, Robin can sing. Oh,
Yeah.
my God, like you.
Because once you get a little attention from it, then it builds. Especially when your parents get a lot of attention. So I realized I had a gift for it. And my son, my 9-year-old son, has the same gift.
Really?
Wow.
So when Aretha passed, I started playing, Aretha for him. Next thing I know, he's walking around the house doing the riffs, and then I got him into Lauryn Hill, Mary
you
J.
serious?
Blige, Otis Redding, Sam Cooke. So now he made a playlist for his birthday party, his 9-year-old birthday party. It had Earth,
old
Wind, and
school?
Fire. It had,
9.
but it's got Drake on it too. So I got
That's
him
so
all.
great.
And now he's listening to Daddy's music. I'm like him, and I can talk about it all day. The other day he's like, "So Dad, what's a feature? Is that kind of like
God.
Drake on the Travis Scott record?" And so now he's figuring out what features are. I'm like, I'm talking to my 9-year-old son like we A&R'ing right now. You know what I mean?
He walked into his birthday with a smoker's jacket on. What's up, Dad?
Would you want him in the business?
Well, it's not about the business. I want him to do what he loves. He already loves it, but I want to prepare him about every other facet in life.
So what would you tell him? What's the thing that you didn't get the warning about that you would tell your
Well,
son?
number one, I would say get better every day, and you're going to have to get tough skin starting today. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Me, my life, I really had a really sweet journey. It was all love because I wrote love songs about me and my black wife, and I had nothing but positivity around my music and my journey. Then Blurred Lines happens, separation, divorce, all these things, lawsuits. So I was flooded with negativity.
Out of nowhere.
After 20 years of positivity.
Right.
Then my father passes, and so it was, and then my house burned down.
That's right, in those fires. And,
So a few years of that, and you really you find out who you are. You know? But I have a son that I have to be an example for every day. And I have now I have 2 little baby girls. I got 2 little baby girls.
You have 2 girls.
I have
Join the
a
group.
1-year-old daughter and a 8-week-old daughter.
Okay, tell me this, Robin. I heard a story.
Yes.
That you met your fiance.
Yes.
You met her online.
Yeah, on Instagram.
No, wait, hold it up. Gotta stop.
That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
not actually true. No, that's. I'm sorry. Let me fix that. I met her at a Labor Day white party. She was in a bad mood, but had an amazing body, and I liked that.
Oh wow, that's so
very nice.
She wasn't impressed with me, but damn, I was impressed with that white dress.
So you slid in a deal.
So this is what happened. So I took I go on vacation with my buddy to Cabo or something. We're hanging out making music, and he says, "Yo, you should start an Instagram account, a dummy one, so you could just follow your friends." Because I only had my management had an Instagram account for promotion, but I didn't use it. So he says, "You should start a dummy account." So I go, "Okay, whatever." I started this. I start following some of my friends. One of the girls that I knew was at that white party and had a picture with the girl that I liked, right?
Wow.
So I go, yo, how do I find out this girl's name? He goes, tap the screen twice. I go, no way. You can tap the screen twice and find out what her name is?
Yeah.
And then contact her?
Yeah. Welcome to my world.
Wow. No wonder this thing is so successful.
Yes, it is.
Now, I will stand corrected because I'm always the girl that's like, I don't want to meet a guy over Instagram, but if Robin Thicke is live in here.
Wait, it was a dummy account. Was your picture up?
No. So the point was I had to call the girl that I knew in the picture.
Okay.
So I called the girl I knew in the picture, and I was like, yo, that girl that's in the picture with you, what's her name? Blah, blah, blah. Would you mind texting her and seeing, or give her my number or get me her number and I'll call her. So, of course, I got her number, never called.
Oh, no, Robin, you're not that guy.
Oh, no. I just, I had stuff going on.
Yeah.
So I never called. I ended up going to a nightclub about 6 weeks later. And I'm standing on the couch, and here's this 7-foot, beautiful woman standing on the couch dancing next to me. And I go, "Hi, I'm Robin." And she goes, "You never called me." And I was like, "Oh, well, hello then. That was you?"
I love it.
I want to live your life.
And then after that, it was all good.
You're in a new relationship. You're engaged. You have 2 babies, 2 girls.
Wow.
But you and Paula Patton were together for years.
20 years, yeah.
Holy cow. Okay. And when you broke up, the fans.
Yes.
Was that hard for you and what you dealt with?
I think it was such a confusing time for me that I didn't handle certain things properly. I remember I did like a live chat and I was getting attacked and I got too defensive. I think I just lost my perspective at the time.
Wow, that's honest.
It is.
Do you know what I mean? Because I wanted it to be all good between her and I wanted it to be all good between me and my I just wanted everything to be all good.
Right.
But I also put out this album that was very soon. It was early. It was rushed.
Wow.
And it was jumbled. Some of the things were about. Some of the songs were about getting back together. Some of the songs were about this is meant to be and on that. So I think it was just kind of a confusing time for me, and then it became confusing to my fan base and we just kind of lost touch there for a minute.
All right. Really interesting.
So
Okay.
how is it now, y'all's relationship? I mean, just
Paul and I?
Yeah.
The best it could possibly be. Yeah, I think there's so much you hold on to after 20 years.
Yeah.
Right.
And then when you have to go through that, you're still holding on to a lot of stuff. It takes some years to get rid of that and only focus on the child.
Right.
You know what I mean? And once all of the focus is for the betterment of the child, it goes very smoothly.
And was shocking, but we know you can sing.
Yes.
We know all that. I just didn't know how funny you were in the reality show that you did with Kevin.
Oh, yeah.
And the rest of those
Real
guys. Like, you had one episode where you were the lead funny dude. And I was like, where did that come from?
Well, my dad being a stand-up
exactly, yeah.
comedian, MC, and a writer. I mean, he was a writer-producer of comedy shows.
Got you.
So he would encourage me, even when I started doing the show, he was like, make sure you got 5 to 10 jokes. So every night before I would rewrite my scenes, I'd write my own jokes.
Got you.
Come to set the next day. And I, with Chris Spencer and some of the great writers and producers, I'd pull them aside and be like, listen, I got 5 new jokes. Tell me. And he'd go, that's the best one. Do that one. So I came more prepared because I was with comedians. Oh, jeez.
Hold up. Weren't you on The Masked Singer? Or
Yes,
one of them?
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
DeDe wants to be a masked singer.
Well,
so.
you look cute. I mean, kind of scary, kind of
But this
cute.
is really hot in here. So those people on the mask, because you're a judge, the people who wear these, they really are singing under this.
Yeah,
thing?
and it's hot as heck, right?
God dang it.
It's like they say it's like adding 20 pounds or 30 pounds and then you can barely breathe. You can't see. Like they had to get helped around. Gladys Knight, poor Gladys Knight, had to be helped everywhere she went.
But she was good, and so was T-Pain. I knew it was T-Pain.
Oh, she was killing it. Yeah,
Yeah.
T-Pain was the only one that I never had a clue.
Let me just say this. I wish people listening could see Robin Thicke's face right now because he's like, DeDe's a weirdo.
I'm a little
he turned around and she
scared.
has a rabbit mask.
Because I was far away from them on the show. Like I had never been this close to wearing a mask.
Once again,
You make
welcome
me
to
wanna
our
run.
world.
So while I pass out,
Only
Jay,
problem is we know it's you,
Before I
DeDe.
pass out.
you guys continue the interview. I take this.
Get an oxygen tank for DeDe, please.
So is there a movie in the works? Are you going to do more acting? Or?
Well, I think that's down the road. I mean,
Right.
for me right now, got a lot on the plate. Got 2 new babies. Got
Right.
got a new season of The Masked Singer we're shooting in July.
Love it.
Got 2 album projects that I'm working on. So keeping it busy right now.
Okay, man to man.
Yeah.
How hard is it for you to be loyal?
Oh, wow, that's honest, man. That's a good one.
Because if I was you, if I look like you, I'm not going to be
He
loyal.
doesn't even look like you, or are you? And he's still not
Yeah, and
loyal,
I'm barely.
You know, I think you just got to stay sober and keep your head on straight the whole time. You know what I mean?
You've
Keep your
had
head
some
on
episodes,
right,
boy.
man.
I would love to hear your story.
Stay sober and keep your head on straight.
Jay, Michael Sean basically said, you know, you're a good-looking man.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta be honest. Like, there's no way if I had your face, I'd
And
be
the
like,
talent, and the singing talent.
and you got the talent.
Hold
Yeah.
on, so before you leave, I know you,
Go home early.
yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly. So before you leave, and I know you said it's early in the morning, but you did just kind
Yeah.
of break into a tune.
Yeah.
Like, is there something, please, like you have to bless us? I mean, just again, I know
With
it's
your voice.
early.
Oh
Please.
God! Well, the falsetto doesn't show up this early, but let me see if there's.
Because what you just did, just playing
Just
around, is
anything.
amazing.
Yeah, like sing one of your favorite songs.
you know what I've been singing. I'll do that. Okay.
Don't do a nursery rhyme.
I was going to do a nursery rhyme because I sing my
Okay, go
babies to
ahead.
bed.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Yeah, none
See,
of
that's talent when you can make that sound. That's talent.
My dad didn't sound like that.
Neither did my mom.
Yeah, I know.
I almost fell asleep.
Oh, my God.
That was amazing.
All right. The new single is called That's What Love Can Do.
Yes.
And it's out now?
It's out now, yes.
All right. What about touring? Anything else you want to tell us you got?
Not right now.
Not yet?
Just this song and then a few more songs coming out and then the album later this year.
All right. Well, listen, everybody make sure you
That'd
get
be
this.
amazing.
That's What Love Can Do. Brand new song from Robin Thicke. Y'all got to give it up for this man right here. And you got to watch him on The Masked Singer.
Yes, and the Masked Singer come back. Thank you, DeDe. Thank you.
Wake that ass up.
Get up and get turned up with DeDe in the morning.
We get wild up in